This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Clint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Hey, what up? Happy Thursday. Welcome, Jason Walker Show. Hope you're having a great day. We welcome you inside the Above All Handyman Services Man Cave as we get ready for another big Thursday. Coming up today, we'll check in with Jesse Zentz, the Helena High girls track coach, coming up in just a few moments. Also, future Montana State Bobcat football player Bear Old will join us. He is a large human and a great guy to talk with. This is him, number 78 there, from Rabun County, Georgia. So he'll join us coming up, talk about his decision on why Montana State, and go from there. Also on this day in history, the walk-off, and more. You can watch the show on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You can listen on Podbean, Network One Sports, TreasureStateRadio.com. You can always go to our website, JasonWalkerShow.com, if you missed anything or want to rewatch or re-listen to anything. The opening segment is brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry with 3 distinct divisions so you can create the log home of your dreams and your budget. You've got milled log, you've got timber frame, and you've got handcrafted. Check it out at yourcustomlog.com. Our Twitter handle at JWalkerSports, our email Jason at JasonWalkerShow.com, and our phone number is 406-209-1267. Got some golf going on over in the Bitterroot at Hamilton Golf Course, and Jefferson's Preston Field shot an 80 to lead the way early on. Still waiting for some scores to come in. Sealy Lake's Ari Nicholas an 81, and Jefferson's Luke Ekman an 86. It sounds like no one else below 90 there. Leaders on the girls' side so far. Jefferson Sealy Chapman with an 83. She just won Monday at Green Meadow. Anaconda's Bianca Torney at 106. And Loyola's Bianca Graham with a 108. So Sealy Chapman with a 23-shot lead. That's getting it done. Spring sports firing up, as we mentioned. You had softball yesterday. Helena and Capital each getting swept by Billings West and Billings Senior. So 0-2 starts for the Bengals and the Bruins. Got some other stuff. Let's see here. What did we see? I think that was it. Well, there's going to be a 5K down in Butte. The Montana Tech Society of Women in Engineering will host a 5K coming up April 9th. Raise money for breast cancer research. It is the Sweet Race. And proceeds go to the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation. You can check it out online. Speaking of running, the Tracksters from Capital will be up at Glacier tomorrow to open up the season, and those that run and jump and throw for Helena High will be at home at Vigilante. And joining us now to preview his team and to find out one of his favorite musical acts is the head coach of the Helena High Bengals. His name is Jesse Zentz, and he joins us now here on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All right, Coach, you've been jet-setting all over the country, it seems like. You were in New York recently with Odessa. You went to a Billie Eilish concert. How was that?
They were both awesome. Awesome in their own ways. The concert was pretty incredible. I think my ears are still ringing from that. And and the meets over in New York were a blast, and it was just fun to get out there and do something different with her. And then we also had a big group of kids this winter who took advantage of the Big Sky Conference Championships being in Bozeman, and we went down and spent a day watching those, and then the kids jumped in a middle school / high school meet the next day and shook off a little rust. And I think now they're just really excited to get the season started.
Okay, are you the Billie Eilish fan, or is it the family?
I would say the whole family,
Really?
but my youngest daughter is the super fan. She's a freshman at Helena High right now, and she's very musical, and she's that's definitely talents that she didn't get from me. But yeah, she's a singer, plays piano and some other instruments, and she's been a big Billie Eilish fan since day one.
That is really cool. Jesse Zentz, our guest here, Helena High track coach. How impressive was the Big Sky Track Championships to the kids to be able to see what it takes to get to that next level and competing at that next level, what it's like?
I think it was really special for them. We don't really get a lot of opportunities in Montana to watch competition at that level. And I'm not sure how many of your listeners are aware of the level of talent in the Big Sky Conference right now, in particular in the distance events, but really across the board, the Big Sky is getting incredibly competitive. And there were some Helena kids competing down there, Derek Olson, who hurdled for Helena High, and the Carter sisters, who now compete for MSU. So it was a mix of being able to see some kids that have risen, through the high school ranks here and made it to that level, but also a chance to see some really high level performers, like Nico Young and Abdi, I forget his last name, I can't say it, from Northern Arizona. And the Abdi, he was a 2-event national champion for NAU, and they got to see him a couple weeks before he did that. So I think it was really, really interesting to just kind of observe the kids as they took that in, and to know also that, you put the work in and you stay committed and consistent, you have an opportunity to compete at the next level, whether it's, Division III NAI, Division II, or Division I, like the Big Sky Conference. And I think it's just really important for kids to get a sense of what that is, to rub shoulders at a meet like that with some of those kids and realize that they're just human like you. And it's not like they're robots or anything like that. They had to work to get to where they're at. And these kids here on a local level are working really hard to get the best out of themselves. And I think that's really what it all comes down to.
I know you're a big fan of the NAU distance teams, and rightfully so. I mean, their cross country, their distance teams are unbelievable, but how impressive in person is Duncan Hamilton?
Seriously impressive. I mean, those kids, MSU is really putting some pretty amazing performances together. And I mean, it's tough for them because they're in a conference with NAU, which is the 5 out of the last 6 national cross country championships. But MSU is really holding their own and in many regards. And it's fun to see also, there were some great performances from other schools throughout the conference. U of M had some strong runners there, and Portland State had a girl who was pretty impressive, and those kids all performed really well to national level too. So just getting a chance to be close to that and see it in person is pretty special, because generally we just see those things on video streams or highlight videos on YouTube or on TV. So I think it's just special for those kids to get in that moment and to kind of feel the excitement around it. Both our boys and girls were chasing around Nico Young, who's the kind of the rock star runner out of Northern Arizona right now, and is on the watch list for Athlete of the Year in the NCAA. So it's just kind of cool to see that energy and excitement about a sport like track and field that often kind of plays in the shadows a little bit with the bigger American sports that we always hear about.
Helena High track coach Jesse Zentz joining us, Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline. All right, let's talk about your team now. You return quite an impressive group. Let's start with the girls in that track program over there. And it starts with the distance, and then it continues down to the sprints and the hurdles.
Yeah, I think what we're really excited about this year is I feel like we have a lot of balance on our team. We have kids really across the board, decent depth at every event. We have some great, exciting coaches that have really infused those events with some enthusiasm and excitement. So that's always exciting. The kids clearly are taking that and running with it. But yeah, we have a lot of returners from last year's team that was second in the state. We really don't talk about, outcome goals at the end of the season. We're just really focusing on getting a little bit better every day. It's a long season, a lot of meets. So really the focus is putting your best effort out there, getting a little stronger every day, and really adhering to our core values as a team and those things. And really we feel like the outcomes at the end of the season will kind of be a byproduct if we're able to do those little things on a daily basis.
What about the boys side?
Yeah, so Manny Garza is our boys head coach. I think he would agree that the boys team has taken a nice step forward this year. We have a little more speed than we had in the past couple of years, and again, like the girls side, we do have a little more balance, which is exciting. I think we're starting to see some events fill out that had been really light in the past, and one thing we always face at Helena High right now is we're a little lower enrollment, but it's exciting to know that we have good numbers this year. So the kids are still interested in track and field. And I think what Manny and I have been able to do is really put the focus on this sport as a sport of its own. It's not a training ground necessarily for other sports, and really having the kids develop a passion for track and field and excitement around it. And I think that's part of the reason why we're seeing pretty solid numbers and some good depth in a variety of events. So I think that's really the most exciting thing for both of us right now. And we just can't wait to let the kids get out there and compete, because they've put a lot of practice in, and it's not like the old Allen Iverson quote. We're talking about practice or anything like that. The kids, they show up, work hard every day and things like that. But I think it's just fun for them to finally get a chance to compete. And it's always nice to open with a small meet like the one we have here in town with Billings Senior coming in. And this is spring break for us, so we'll have a little bit smaller teams for this first meet, but it's just a great chance for them to get out and test themselves a little bit.
Track is one of those deals that you guys can do, and I have a neighbor who I have seen him run everywhere. I actually saw him in a car for the first time in a year and just about, fell over. But you guys can practice literally all year round. It's a little more tough with the field events and the short distance stuff like hurdles, for instance. But how much practice do the guys and gals get in during the winter?
Well, it kind of depends. We have a mix of athletes that do fall sports and then maybe not a winter sport, and then they do track and field. We have several kids who are 3-sport athletes that have a different sport each season. And then, like those distance kids, they have cross country obviously in the fall, and then we train through the winter, and we try to get some opportunities for them to go down to an indoor meet, things like that. Like Bozeman always hosts an indoor meet in the middle of the winter for those kids to kind of break out of the practice routine and go out there and do something fun. The Simplot games down in Idaho, or at Idaho State University every year, are a huge one, but those were canceled this year, so we lost that opportunity. But yeah, so those kids, those distance kids, they're kind of training year round. We give them a good 4-week break, at least after cross country, to just recharge, reboot, focus on school. And then most of them are kind of chomping at the bit by the time we get to January, and they want to get back together. They miss each other's company, and it's a lot easier to get the miles in when you're doing them with friends, versus doing them alone. And then, yeah, those other kids that do winter sports, we just, we get them involved as soon as they're finished up with their winter sports and our official practices start. And usually they're raring to go, changing and getting into something new. And then the kids that do fall sports like football and maybe don't have a winter sport, they'll do some conditioning throughout the winter and getting in the weight room and things like that with Coach Garza and myself and our throws coach. We're pretty consistently there all winter, and we had great numbers this winter. So that's another reason why we're excited. That's where we could really see that excitement starting this year.
Couple final questions for you, but how do you see the AA shaking out this season?
Yeah, I think it'll be a great competition. I think if you just look at kind of last year's teams, how things shook out with the Sentinel girls and boys both sweeping the state titles, they're always going to be strong, and we expect that. On the girls' side, things were really tight from, I think, first all the way through fourth with us in there and Billings West and Hellgate. We always expect those teams to come back strong. I'm sure Billings West girls will be strong again. I think they return most of their sprinters, which has always been a strong point for them. But they also have some great athletes in other areas. And it's always funny because, we none of us really know who is showing up, who's new. from a team-to-team basis until we actually start seeing each other compete. So it's hard to say really, what other schools might kind of eke their way into that competition. But I always expect, those key teams that always seem to have a strong program are Sentinel, West, Hellgate. Most recently, those teams have been really strong. And so we expect a good battle with those teams. And I think our kids are excited about competing and facing good competition. I think that's what drives track athletes or track and field athletes. And we're excited what we have, or with what we have.
Yeah,
the girls. Yeah, the girls are excited, and they we had a really strong cross country season with the distance kids, and we saw some promising things this winter with the kids that we're training, and a couple throwers down in Bozeman had some great performances. And so, yeah, I think, like I said, we'll just little by little, we want to just see them work on improvement throughout the season, and hopefully when we get to the end of the season, they're performing their best and they're all healthy and excited to give it a good shot at state and see where the chips fall.
Last question for you, but what are your expectations for tomorrow?
Pardon me?
What are your expectations for the kids tomorrow? I mean, it's the first meet of the year. I don't know if anybody's going to qualify for state tomorrow or not, but what are your personal expectations for the team?
For the kids, my expectations are that they go out there and they give it their best. And that means, giving it their best from an effort standpoint, attitude, and focus. And I think they're ready to do that. We have, like I said, we're going to be pretty small tomorrow, about half of our roster, simply because, being on spring break, we have a lot of kids, getting that opportunity to recharge and get ready for the final couple months of school. And that's totally okay. And we support that. But it'll be interesting because senior obviously they actually have their spring break earlier than us. So they should be bringing a pretty large group of kids, which is good for us because, you don't want to be out there just time trialing against yourselves. And so, we're just excited to see, whether they can show up and just give their best. And I think, when you say expectations in terms of performances, it's just really hard to say at this point because you haven't seen them get in the blocks. We see them do some time trials from standing starts and things like that, and that's a little different than getting in the blocks for the first time and being lined up against an actual competitor from another team. So yeah, we'll see. I think all the kids that are competing tomorrow are really excited about it. Today we'll do a little bit of visualization and just calming their nerves before they step out there tomorrow. And I think it's exciting for us as coaches because we have a lot of freshmen this year. I think we have a roster for the girls of about 65 athletes, and 20 of those kids are freshmen, and about 20 more of those kids are sophomores. So well over half of our team is first or second year athletes, and that's a great sign for the future for us. And they've got this great group of older kids kind of guiding the way and showing them the way, and you can't really ask for a better mix.
Well, I'm going to quote some Billie Eilish for you. Keep your fingers crossed that you are not a bad guy. You're happy ever after, and you just come out and play tomorrow, and nobody gets a big bellyache.
I love it. Good work. You did some research for that one.
Just a little bit. Hey, good luck tomorrow, Coach. Looking forward to chatting with you all year long, and we got Gov Cup coming up, too, we'll chat about as well. But Jesse Zentz, Helena High girls track coach, hey, good luck tomorrow.
Thanks a bunch, Jason. We really appreciate you giving us a bit of time on the radio.
Jesse Zentz on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It's not just a bundle. It's your home, it's your auto, it's your life, and Mike understands that. Get a hold of Mike Miller State Farm for all of your insurance needs today. So tomorrow, track gets going. We had softball yesterday, track tomorrow. Fun stuff. The opening segment of the Jason Walker Show is presented by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry. You can bring your own plans, or you can look through their 15-plus offerings under milled log homes. They'll go from 700 square feet as big as you want, and they are fantastic. Check them out at yourcustomlog.com to get started today. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back to the Above All Handyman Services Man Cave, and we'll check out Bear Old. He is a new signee for the Bobcats. Committed in January, signed, last month, and he is ready to play some football. and we'll talk to him from Georgia next when we return here on the Jason Walker Show.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Father's Day is coming fast, and what more would that great dad in your life want than a full detail from Auto Concepts? Or maybe he would just prefer a lift kit. It's also camping season, and now is the perfect time to outfit that rig with a winch just in case. Auto Concepts is your home for everything for your vehicle, including updating your car stereo system too. Auto Concepts also has gift certificates for dad or yourself. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at CAFÉ ZYDECO. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, CAFÉ ZYDECO has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. CAFÉ ZYDECO will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. CAFÉ ZYDECO is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Listen to The Jason Walker Show anytime and anywhere. Download The Jason Walker Show on iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you enjoy podcasts.
Or you can just go to jasonwalkershow.com. That is our website, and that's where we put all of our past interviews. So if you want to catch anything in return, you can, again. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. Some of our guests next week. We'll talk tennis, Nicole Reeby and Ryan Swenson. Talk softball, Ryan Schulte and Mike Miller. Shelby Rasmussen's going to preview the MSU Spring Rodeo. Alex Eshelman will be back with us. Linda Weiler Jacobson, former Lady Grizz standout, she helps recruits get the attention they need. And we'll talk with her on the way next week. So there you go. Got the walk-off coming up on this day in history and more, but I don't know. It was January, I guess, when this guy's dad reached out to me and said, hey, this dude's excited about coming to Bozeman when he signs. Would you like to chat with him? And I said, absolutely. Because I feel like if I said no, this dude would come up here and whoop me because he's a big dude, 6'5", 280. That's what he's listed at. His name is Bear Old. He is an offensive lineman, and he'll be playing in a Montana State uniform for the next 4 or 5 years, starting in the fall, and he joins us now on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All right, man. I've been looking forward to chatting with you. I guess it was your dad that reached out a while ago, but congratulations on your signing. How are you?
I'm great. I'm very, very excited to get out and explore out in Bozeman. I'm looking forward to getting out there.
You're bringing a deep southern drawl from Georgia up here. Anybody going to tease you?
Yes, sir. I do have a good southern drawl, don't I?
I wouldn't tease you, though, at 6'5", 280. What do you weigh right now?
I weighed 285 when I was on my official visit at Bozeman.
Okay. And you were just there over the earlier this week. How was that, Bear?
It was awesome. It was everything I was hoping for. I got to watch spring practice and spend some time with all the coaches and look around and spent some time in Bozeman and ate at a lot of great restaurants.
What was your favorite?
Ooh, I don't know. Sidewinders was pretty good.
Okay. All right. You know, you got to get used to, there's a cafe right across from the field house. What's it called? I forget the name of it now, but it's got great breakfast food. So that'll be one place you have to check out.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bear Old, our guest here, Jason Walker Show. All right. We got to ask about your name. Tell me about it.
Okay. So I was actually born in the Tennessee mountains. And then short after I moved to the Georgia mountains. And I grew up in the mountains, and of course, when I was born, I was very big. And my mom and dad said that I would eat anything they put down, and it's actually a big controversy in my family. My brother says he named me, and my mom both say they gave me the name, so we really don't know who for sure gave me the name. But one of them both like to take the credibility about that.
Gotcha. So what's your real name?
Landon.
Landon Old. Yeah, Bear sounds better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. What did you weigh at birth?
I think I was right under 10 pounds.
Holy cow. Bless
yes,
your mom.
Sir. Yes, sir. I know.
All right. So how many siblings do you have, and what size are they?
I have one older brother, and I'm a lot bigger than him. He's about 6 foot, weighs about 185 pounds.
Oh, he's just a toothpick.
Yes, sir. He's 21.
Gotcha. Bear Old, our guest here from Georgia, signing with the Bobcats. The first 3 days, you got to put on the uniform. What was that like?
It was awesome. Going from camp to camp, it comes so real when I got out there because you're not sure when you're going on and taking these visits. You're not sure where you're going to be. But when I was on my visit, I knew 100% that I was going to be wearing that jersey in a few months, and it was really special getting to put that jersey on and knowing that's the jersey I'm going to get to wear for the next 4 or 5 years. There's
a lot of people that were worried on signing day because you didn't sign right away, even though everybody kind of anticipated it. Take me through that process.
Well, yes, sir. I was committed, and I had been committed for a month or so. And then, right at 36 hours before National Signing Day, Ole Miss called and offered me a preferred walk-on. And I had to just, weigh my options for a couple weeks. And, it was a really hard decision, but the whole time, something felt right in Montana. And the whole time it ended up being Montana State, and just Ole Miss just didn't feel right.
Well, I'm sure the Bobcats' run to the national championship didn't hurt any.
Yes, sir. It sure helped. Yes, sir.
Bear Old joining us, Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline. He'll be playing for the Bobcats in the future. What have your teammates said to you during camp or during your visit?
Well, they took me in and showed me around, and they were all very nice, and were very excited I was coming out, and took me in, and I was able to watch practice and interact with them during practice, and it was very exciting.
What do you like to do in your off time?
I love to hunt, and I love to fish and ski.
Oh, well, this is a perfect fit for you then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Where's Rabun County, Georgia?
So it's the far northeast corner of Georgia, right on the North Carolina line. So that top right corner is us.
Okay. Growing up, who did you root for?
Of course, the Georgia Bulldogs.
They didn't offer you?
No, sir. No, sir. They didn't. Man. I wish. Yes.
What do the folks think about you moving so far away?
everybody's excited. Everybody wants to hop out and come out and see Bozeman. They're all very, very excited.
I'm showing some of your highlights from Huddle from your senior year here. What do you enjoy most, pancaking someone or, getting the winning touchdown from your team behind you?
Pancaking somebody's awesome, but celebrating in the end zone with all my boys, that's something we emphasize very big in Raven County. Is if we all 11 weren't celebrating in the end zone, we couldn't celebrate. We all had to celebrate together. And that was just a really special with me because we would always, as you can see in some of the film, we always had a big time in the end zone and celebrated together. And we had a couple flags on the throne, but we sure did have a great time. We always celebrated together.
We're talking with future Bobcat Bear Old here on the Jason Walker Show. Who were some of your idols growing up? Who did you look up to?
When I was younger, I played linebacker and some defense, and my dad had a really good friend, Gary Walker. He played for the Tennessee Titans, and my dad grew up with Gary. I looked up to Gary a lot, and then of course the Boz. I love the Boz. I actually had a haircut when I was little that looked a lot like the Boz.
Well, I was gonna say your photos you shared on Twitter. You looked you got the long hair going. I like it.
Yes, sir.
Man, you are jacked. I'm looking at your arms, your biceps, your tries, just ripped. How much weightlifting? How much do you work out?
Thank you. What was that? Go ahead.
I
couldn't hear you.
How much do you work out?
We work out a lot. I work out 5 times a week at school, and then I get out of school after 4th period, and I go out on work release, and I work out a lot on my own. Okay. And we work out heavy.
What's your GPA?
3.7.
Okay. What you going to major in?
A business.
Okay. So you're a smart kid too. That's good.
Yes, sir. At least I like to say.
Well, 3.7s. I don't know if all my 4 years of high school added up to a 3.7. So
yes, sir.
You got something there. Bear Old, our guest here, Jason Walker Show. How much do you eat?
I eat a lot. I try to eat anywhere from 3 to 4 meals a day, and then lots of protein shakes, a lot of banana and peanut butter sandwiches, a lot. I eat a lot.
Oh, man, that's fantastic. What's your favorite meal?
Ooh, I actually love to smoke on our grill, and our smoker's awesome. And I love a good Boston butt and then a pork tenderloin.
Okay. Jason Walker here on the Jason Walker Show, talking with Bear Old, the future Bobcat. Going to spend some time in Bozeman. Has any of the fans contacted you or been in touch as after the signing, obviously, but what to expect when you get to town?
Yes, sir. I had a lot of people on Twitter reach out and comment on my when I shot out my tweet about me committing. I had 50, 60 fans comment, "Welcome to the family," and it was really exciting to see all the support behind the Montana State Bobcats out in Bozeman.
When you look at your college career, what has the coaches told you about what to expect as far as playing time early on and the such?
Of course, I want to get out there and compete, and I think I have a good shot to come compete out there early. And just, of course, I think the goal is to win and get back to that national championship and come out victorious this time. All
right, so you're lined up, right tackle probably?
Yes, sir. Either guard or tackle. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you'll be a guard or tackle. Did you talk to Isaiah Fonse or Tommy Millott about blocking for them?
I did not get to talk to them. They were very busy, but I did get to see them.
Man, they're impressive. Isaiah is an absolute animal and the nicest guy too.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. So what was the recruiting pitch? I mean, what was the official selling point of, man, Bozeman's where I got to be?
Well, like I said, my passion's hunting and fishing, and I grew up in the Appalachian Mountains here in Raven County, and I just love the mountains. And I went out there last winter with my buddy, and we went to Big Sky, and of course it was beautiful. And then my brother actually worked out on the Elkhorn Ranch, and I went up there and visited him, and then that's when we stopped in, and I met with Coach Armstrong and really liked Coach Armstrong. And then on our day before we were leaving, because Coach Vegan wasn't in office when I come the first day when we flew in, and then Coach Vegan stayed around one evening and missed a family dinner to make sure he could meet with me. And that really showed me I really gained a lot of respect for him right there for putting aside something to stay and meet me. And that was a very good point there. And then I just fell in love with Bozeman as soon as I went out there.
Better old our guest here, Jason Walker Show. A few final questions for you. But when you're getting ready for a game, what's your mentality like? What music are we listening to? What are you thinking about?
You know, I listen to a lot of country music, but we had a big a good sound system in our locker room, and we would always get some heavy metal rolling or some rap, and it gets intense after we used to go down and then come back in the locker room after we warmed up, and we would all get in the locker room and we would get ready, and it was exciting. I get pumped up before football games. I can hear it in your voice. I mean, you're excited just talking about playing football. Oh, yes, sir. It gets me going. Teammates, what are they like? And any of them going on to college? Our quarterback, Gunnar Stockton, he was one of the best quarterbacks in the class of 22, and he's going to Georgia. And then my right tackle, Will McGraw, he went to Gardner-Webb. And then one of our D linemen is going to Gardner-Webb. And then we have another senior, Knox McKinney. He's going to Gardner-Webb. And Baxley O'Brien, our tight end, he's either going to Gardner-Webb or West Georgia. And then we have a junior. He's going to be a senior this year, and he's got 8 or 9 offers right now. Jaden Gibson, he's a really good receiver. So I'm not sure where he'll end up. Have you ever scored a touchdown? I have not. No, sir. Okay. Worst memory on the football field? I say the worst memory on the football field had to be our last game. We lost in the 3rd round, and we play a 5-round tournament just like Montana State does, and we lost the 3rd round, and that had to be the worst. We were, I believe, we were a lot better than that team, and we couldn't get everything clicking this game, and that was rough. I still miss it, and still remember every second of that game. Okay, best memory on the football field. Best memory on the football field would probably have to be junior year, our 3rd round at home. We went into overtime, and they got the ball, they got the coin flip, and they kicked the field goal to go up 3 in overtime. And we got the ball, and we had a big drive down, and we were on the 3-yard line. And I pulled around, and it was a pulling play. Our right side was pulling, and we pulled around, and Gunner ran up behind us and scored the game-winning touchdown right there in overtime, right behind me and our right tackle. And that was probably my biggest memory. That was a heck of a game. Do you wear knee braces? Yes, sir. Okay. Man, you're just a large dude. I can't wait to meet you in person. Yes, sir. I'm excited to meet you too. You know, I'm not much bigger than Coach Armstrong, so height-wise, anyway, he's got me on weights. But you're going to tower over me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's football like in Georgia? We all hear about Florida, Texas high school football, Ohio. Montana's got great high school football, but what's Georgia football like? How many fans that come to the games? Well, Georgia football is exciting. Down here, you know, football's big in the South, and we have some of the best fans anywhere around, and our stadium was rocking, and we definitely Raven County is a football school, and we definitely had that place packed down every Friday night. Okay. Did you ever get a chance to who's a name that we might know that you got a chance to play against? Oh, y'all know Prince Christian Academy, Prince Avenue. They're from Atlanta. Okay. We played them. I don't know. I don't know if y'all would know anybody. We're a small school, so not many people out there know of any schools we played. What about individual? Oh, so we played at Prince, they had a quarterback that ended up going. He went to Georgia, Brock Vandergrift. We played him, and then I can't remember his first name. That game I was talking about you, that third round in junior year, we played Blakely County, and his last name was Mims, and he plays for Georgia.
Okay. I went to my first SEC football game last November, and I mean, Bobcat Stadium's great. I got to give kudos to Missoula and Washington Grizzly Stadium, but I was at Auburn, and they played Mississippi State when Mississippi State had the big comeback. And that SEC football, if you've never been, and you have, but if a person has never been, it's nuts. It's packed. It's crazy. It's a great environment.
Oh, it is. My grandpa actually graduated from Auburn, and we've been at some games, and that was one of the loudest stadiums I've been at, and I think probably the loudest. That place was rocking.
Well, wait till you hear Bobcat Stadium that first game and the Gold Rush when 20,000 plus are screaming down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm excited. I'm ready.
All right. What's your favorite animal to hunt?
Turkeys, for sure, no doubt.
Okay. Why is that?
Because just the interaction, when I deer hunt, you sit in a deer stand and you hope one walks by, but with turkey, you have to call them and try to call them in, and it's just the interaction with them gobbling back at you when you're calling at them. That's just really exciting.
Okay, have you ever been hog hunting?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We do lots of hog hunting in the South.
Oh, man. I can't wait for you to get up here. You're going to be a rock star. Bozeman's going to love you. Montana State football signee Bear Old from Georgia. He'll be here in the summer. When will you come up?
It should be around July, so the beginning of July.
Cool, man. Well, you've got my number. If you need anything, shoot me a call and any Montana questions. I grew up in Bozeman. I used to do the PA announcing at the football stadium, so that place is special to me, and we're happy you're going to be there.
Yes, sir. I'm very excited. I thank you for your time, and it was great talking with you.
Excuse me. That is Bear Old joining us here on the Jason Walker Show, Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. Big dude. Cool dude. Fun to chat with him. Looking forward to more conversations. All right, we'll take a quick break. We got some WNBA news involving a Frontier Conference player, and that is coming up when we return. Also, the walk-off on this day in history and much more. Jason Walker Show. This segment brought to you by Ruckers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Ruckers Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Ruckers, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Everyone knows about Dinner's Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinner's Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinner's Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com. Father's Day is coming fast, and what more would that great dad in your life want than a full detail from Auto Concepts? Or maybe he would just prefer a lift kit. It's also camping season, and now is the perfect time to outfit that rig with a winch just in case. Auto Concepts is your home for everything for your vehicle, including updating your car stereo system too. Auto Concepts also has gift certificates for dad or yourself. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at CAFÉ ZYDECO. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, CAFÉ ZYDECO has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. CAFÉ ZYDECO will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. CAFÉ ZYDECO is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back to The Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show. Final segment of the week. Busy weekend for Montana spring sports. They all get going. Got softball in action today in a couple of cities. Of course, tomorrow, tennis teams from Capital and Helena High get going. Home matches against Flathead and Glacier. This track gets started tomorrow. The Capital Bruins up at Glacier. And Helena High will host Senior. Saw this, just came across. The Frontier Conference Women's Player of the Year, India Fly from Rocky, is among the initial list of 88 players from colleges and universities who have formally filed for inclusion as candidates for the upcoming WNBA draft. It's scheduled for April 11th in New York. Fly is in Minneapolis and doing a combine for teams overseas and also the WNBA. 5'8" guard, first team All-America in the NAI, the Frontier Conference Player of the Year. Bears went 29-5, won the regular season and the postseason in the Frontier, and went to the round of 8 at the national tournament out at Sioux City, Iowa. She averaged 20.6 points, 9.7 rebounds, 3.8 assists, and 3 steals per game, 3.2. She was also the Defensive Player of the Year and the Newcomer of the Year. So Rocky got the best of her for one season. But congratulations to India and good luck. All right, let's do On This Day in History. It is March 31st, the final day of the month of March, and it is National Bunsen Burner Day. The guy that invented it, something Bunsen, was his birthday the other day. It is Clams on the Half Shell Day, Crayon Day, Prom Day, and Tater Day. On this date in 1931, Notre Dame football coach Newt Rockne, at the age of 43, was killed with 7 others when a light plane crashed on a trip from KC to L.A. His record of 105 wins, 12 losses, 5 ties, and an 88% winning percentage remains the best ever in college football. 1973, the Philadelphia Flyers scored an NHL record tying 8 goals from an outstanding 60 shots just in the second period in a 10-2 win over the Islanders. Muhammad Ali suffered a broken jaw in a shock split-point decision to Ken Norton over 12 rounds in San Diego. Ali would win the rematch in another controversial split decision. Let's see, what else happened? 1975 at the 37th NCAA Men's Basketball Championship, UCLA beats Kentucky 92-85. The 10th title under John Wooden, who announced his retirement 2 days previous. 1985 at the 4th Women's Championship, Old Dominion beat Georgia. 1986, 48th Men's Championship, Louisville beat Duke 72-69, the first tournament to use a shot clock, and it was 45 seconds. 1987 at the 49th Championship, Indiana beat Syracuse 74-73. Keith Smart hitting the game winner in the final seconds. I believe it was from the baseline. In 1991, the 10th Women's Championship, Tennessee, Pat Summitt beat Virginia by 3. first overtime win in the tournament's 10-year history. Tennessee would win again in 1996 at the 15th tournament, beating Georgia. 1997, remember this one. I was working at a radio station out in Medford, Oregon when this happened, and it was a bummer. It was 84-79 in overtime, and Arizona beat Kentucky. Alex Eshelman, I don't think she was born yet, but she would have been very proud of her Arizona Wildcats. 2002, the 21st women's basketball, UConn beats Oklahoma to go unbeaten at 39-0. A couple of birthdays today. Jack Johnson, the great American boxer, the first African-American world heavyweight champ from 08 to 15, was born on this date in 1878. Gordie Howe, the legend, was born on this date in 1928, Hall of Famer. Let's see, and on this date in 1980, Jesse Owens passed away. 4 Olympic golds in 1936. He died of lung cancer at the age of 66.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off presented by CAFÉ ZYDECO, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. And you got the Final Four down in New Orleans starting Saturday with Duke and Carolina. First time ever playing in the tournament. The rivals that are 7 miles apart. And then you've got Kansas and Villanova. I'm taking Kansas to win it all because my Kentucky Wildcats lost in the first round to St. Peter's, who went on to make a great run, who just lost their coach today, Shaheen Holloway, going to Seton Hall. So my point of all this is in New Orleans, all of those fans and coaches will be getting great Cajun food. Now, if you want the best Cajun food this side of New Orleans, you got to go to CAFÉ ZYDECO. It is unbelievably good. And just a great family business. On Euclid and Helena, great support for our law enforcement, military, first responders. And they love the country at CAFÉ ZYDECO. So hop in, grab a po' boy, grab some etouffee, grab a sandwich, grab some catfish, whatever you want. It is the best. Don't forget, you got the women's Final Four. I'm taking Stanford to beat UConn in the semifinals, which are tomorrow night. And also South Carolina's taking on Louisville. And I'm taking Stanford to win it all. So Stanford and Kansas will be my champions. And we'll find out next week who wins. Sunday for the girls, Monday night for the guys. So we'll talk Monday about the championship. Had a great week. Hope you did too. Nicole Reeby, Braden Cook, Ryan Schulte, Ryan Swenson, Carson DeRozier, Mike Miller, Alex Eshelman, Jesse Zentz, Bear Old all joined us this week. It's going to be fun next week too. We got a great lineup. We're looking at a lot of the same, plus Shelby Rasmussen, plus Linda Weiler-Jacobson, the former Lady Grizz standout with Robin Selvig. She'll join us to talk about her new business, which is helping recruits get noticed. So she'll join us on Tuesday along with Shelby Rasmussen ahead of the MSU Spring Rodeo. Have yourself a great Thursday. We'll be back on Monday with tennis updates and softball updates and track updates and tennis. We already said tennis. What else is going on? Well, whatever it is, we'll have updates on Monday. Your Auto Concepts Performance of the Week coming up Monday as well. If you see anything over the weekend you enjoyed, make sure you get a hold of us at JWalkerSports on the Twitter. You can email Jason at jasonwalkershow.com. All right, Ryan Schulte, Nicole Reeby scheduled for Monday. Have a great weekend. Enjoy all the great sports and the nice weather. Okay? Whatever it is you do. And had a good last couple of nights. Daddy-daughter date nights with the little one. Always fun, putting together puzzles, hanging out. My wife was doing like crochet or candling or something. She's getting old. Have a great week. Jason Walker Show and the Above All Services Handyman Man Cave. We'll see you back here Monday. Have a great weekend.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.